Alright, so we're working on an Apple Watch. This is a Series 1. So it doesn't even say series, it's just a 1. And the customer came in because the top kept popping off. Why does the top keep popping off? A, the watch doesn't like him. B, God doesn't like him. C, his wife doesn't like him. Or D, the battery is bad. Answer's D. Batteries will swell up, and we can seal this thing as many times as we want to. It's going to keep popping up. So we need to remove the battery, and then this gentleman won't wonder if no one likes him. Now, the key to this is the clip that holds the LCD down. You don't need to take the LCD off to take the battery out, but I recommend it because one slip and you're tearing this LCD cable and this watch is getting thrown away because there's no money in the world that's gonna fix that and meet its value. So let's get cracking. In order to take that clip off, we need really sharp tools, and we have to get in there and see if I can get this image good for you guys to see. That clip, if you look at that clip right in the middle up front, there's a little notch. You have to get under that notch and separate the two halves of the clip. Alright, so if you can see this, there is the clip that we need, and we have to get something in between the clip and the holder. But all it takes is a slip, and this watch is useless. And of course I have thick, fat fingers. Got it. He's able to get underneath it and separate it. And this is the clip right here. It's got a back that slides on. And basically these are just connectors. And we just need to separate them and use. That's it. Now our screen is out of the way. It's much easier to get to the battery. There's our adhesive that we pulled up on. That's fine. We want to wedge the battery out because there's adhesive on the bottom, so we'll use an Apple spudger. There's the connector to the battery. So we want to come in from the other way and get down under and pry, and we're picking up on the adhesive, and that's it for that. Disconnecting this is a lot easier than connecting the battery, that's for sure. Just twist and it pulls right off. Now, these connectors, they look pretty simple, but when you put the new battery on, if you're not careful and you don't get it the first time, don't keep pushing. You can bend these connectors, and again, this ribbon cable for the power gives you some room. You can flatten it, put the battery on that way, but this goes to the underneath to the logic board. You tear this watch is worthless. So here's our replacement battery. I'm going to take a look and I'll show you what I mean by swollen. You can see the difference probably between the two. This is thin, rigid. This is squeezable, blowing up like a balloon. So here's our connector, and here's our adhesive side is going to go down. So this is the way the battery is going to go in. And I like to put the battery connector down and click it on this way. Again, if you don't get it right away, don't just keep blindly pushing. The wrong thing to do for a first video. Did I get it? I think I finally got it. And that, my friends, is how you take 20 minutes to do a 5-minute job. Make sure it's on, it's on. Let's get that adhesive off. Yeah. Do not come off. Once it goes on, that's pretty much it. Get that adhesive off. Push it up against the back and push in. And there we go. Where we have a replaced battery. Now you can see how when we get the cover back on, there's nothing pushing up against it, because look how low the battery is now compared to the beginning. Look at this balloon. I could tie a tether to it and it'll probably fly off. Alright, so let's get our screen on. First, let's make sure we have everything clear off the rim so we can put the adhesive on. We'll make sure we get rid of all the old adhesive, which looks clear. Turns into a powder when it gets old. I believe the Force Touch protector is still on the other end. So let's clean the adhesive off of this. There we have some dirty old adhesive here. Just kind of scraping it off with these tweezers. You can use the flat edge of a spudger or a flat edge of the scalpel. Just, you know, the dull edge, not the sharp edge, obviously. we're going to want to take that off of the... Well, actually, it's got a really good connection to the glass. Probably don't want to take that off. I want to see if we can't just get the connectors back in. Let's take the force touch sensor off. Need to get our scalpel underneath and go carefully with the sharp edge going against the glass, peeling it off. I'm angling my razor so it's making sure to cut it off of the glass and not cut the force touch sensor itself. And we definitely don't want to cut the LCD connector. There we go. Guess I didn't get it all. It's very careful not to scrape against the LCD connector because then we'll be buying a new glass. We don't want to do that. Careful here. That part is part of the glass itself, looks like. Either that or I have sliced this connector in half. Yeah, I have. And there you have it, folks. That's some pretty good slicing skills, but it's unintentional. I have sliced the force touch connector in half. So we're gonna get another one. I kind of like putting a fresh one in anyways. I don't think I could do that again if I tried. I didn't think there was a connector on the glass. That's what made me do a double take. I don't know if these can be used again. It's definitely a clean cut. That's for sure. Look at that. Force touch connector. Part due. I think we're just going to order another one. Rather than trying to fix that. Basically, when you get these kits, they come with the adhesive for both sides of the connector. You just take your scalpel and retrace the already etched separation, perforation, making sure to avoid the temptation of causing excitation when you cut the damn thing in half by accident, which you don't want to do, like we just cut our force touch sensor in half. I say we, it was me, not you, obviously. Look at that. Alright, Lottie. That's beautiful. And there's our gasket. One side blue, one side cardboard, and in the middle of the two, adhesive. So, you know, we'll kind of like take the one side off of this, put it in there, and then you got, once it sticks real good, you take your whole thing, we'll go over it, cut the top half off, force touch sensor, and then the next one, do it all over again, glass, and that's how it all stays together. Got a nice little watch sandwich. Alright, let's take time out until we get our force touch sensor, and then we'll be back. Alright, so I happen to have a force touch sensor in my collection of watch parts. And here we go right here. Same thing. So, first, let's get our adhesive down on the first level. So what we need to do is this time purposely slice this in half, as opposed to, now if I haven't said it yet, I will add it when I edit the video, but this is not do-it-yourself stuff. I always tell people, if you want to do-it-yourself type, go out and build a deck. This is stuff for people who know what they're doing. Not like I'm all that, but let me make the mistake with your watch. Don't be the one who makes it yourself. Alright, let's lay this down nice and perfect in there. Or as close to perfect as we can get, and then we'll make it perfect. Alright, so, close. Let's get it in there. Now let's rub it down there. Make it stick to the edge. A little bit one-sided there. Let's try to get a little more on this side. There we go. There we go. Alright. Rub that down there so it sticks to the bottom. There we go. And now we will take the blue part off. That's what we use this tab for. We'll cut the blue part off. And of course the cardboard part is, there's nothing left of that. We cut it off already. It's just a nice piece that you can grab hold of. And then we're going to pull and hopefully leave down the nope, it didn't work. It's still stuck on the blue, which we can't have that. It's got to come off. So let's try to rub it down a little harder. And maybe it'll make contact when we pull. There we go. There we go. Got a nice thin piece of transparent. How do I know? Well, I can go like this and it's not sticky, so it's obviously on there. Now, I'm not worried too much about the connectors. I'll put them in afterwards. Just want to get them in the right area. Should have spent a little more time trying to straighten them out. Yeah, alright, we'll look at that afterwards. Let's get this thing on here first. So, get a corner, get the other corner, push down, the reversal we just did. There we go. Force touch sensor applied. And now that is stuck on the adhesive. I'm going to take my glass and push it on there. And just kind of use a little pressure. That'll make it stick real good. There we go. Probably enough of that over residue that probably made it stick already to this. Yep, it did. Of course, all it'll take is a little prying to get it back up. There we go. And I'm trying to see where the force touch is. Yeah, it's down on the bottom. Good. That's stuck real good. That's nice. And before we do the rest, let's get the next part ready. As you can see, the line there, that's where you cut. So we're gonna, it's already perforated for us, but we're gonna make the separation even better. That's why I like to use a scalpel or an X-Acto knife. I keep them both in hand. This is going to go on top of the force touch gasket and keep the glass stuck down. As you saw, that glass was ready to stick already just from the tiny bit that wasn't being covered. There's a little tab, and we want to make sure we save that because that's going to help us do the cut afterwards. Alright, we got that ready. Let's throw this one away so we're not confused. Get rid of our balloon. Up and away. And for anyone who doesn't know what that phrase meant, do a Google search for the song Up, Up and Away in My Beautiful Balloon or something like that. It's an old 1960s song. Why? I don't know. Just thought of that when I was thinking about balloons. Do, 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 do. And if you looked it up, then you know what I'm humming. Or if you're just insightful and you guessed it. I don't know if you can hear the background noise. We got some other people that work in this office building. I am but one tenant, although I get the most volume because I'm retail in here, or so sort of retail. Alright, let's get that Force Touch gasket back, or yeah, top part back on. I like to do the blue last, so let's take the cardboard part off. I like to trim or cut at the where the tab is. Got it. And I use the tweezers to pull it off, leaving the tab there to help me with the blue part. Okay. Try and get that in there a little more evenly this time. Last time it was a little more one-sided. There we go. Oh, it's a little high. Oh, that's making a good contact there. Good contact. Alright, before we take that off, we're going to assemble the LCD. Remember, this is Series 1. It's the only one you're going to see like this. The other ones use 3 connectors. So let's get these down a little bit. Right there. Pretty easy to put on. Boy, not as easy to take off. Alright. As I speak, here we go. That's it. Alright, clickety clack, they are on. And then we're going to put that clasp back on. And what we want to do is get this up a little bit. It's all one piece. Here's the clasp. We want to find that pointy piece. There's a flat back and the pointy front. So let's grab it from the corner here. Slide it on the back. You want to slide it on the back and then pull it over. It helps if you have tweezers that actually come together at the point of contact. That always helps. There we go. Caught it on the edge. Pushing it up. Pushing it down. That's it. Snapped it back on. That's it. Now, all we have to do is slice our blue layer off of the there we go. Take that off of there. No, it didn't stick good enough. Adhesive still stuck to the blue side.
Yeah, the only confusion was it said storm and they didn't know
There we go.
the difference. A different connector, that's all.
Got it. That keeps the adhesive down on the Force Touch sensor. We'll just kind of slide this over and around, and it's out. And now we just take our piece and push it down evenly. Give a little pressure. You don't need any heat. And you have no spillover of glue. None of that stuff is necessary. This adhesive is more than enough. No way that's coming off. And then, of course, we'll start her up, or pop it on the charger. My dual chargers here, and as you can see, we have the green snake. So, successful battery change in an Apple Watch Series 1. Thank you everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video.